Hi everyone, welcome back to Awesome Crafter. I'm Lisa and today I'm going to be showing you how to apply heat transfer vinyl onto burlap by making these cute little tooth fairy bags. For this project then we're going to obviously need a burlap bag, and I've got a piece of greaseproof paper because in my little bags there's like a little coating inside, and when I heat pressed them, when I was trying them out, it fused together. So I'm just going to pop some greaseproof paper in to keep it separate. We've got some heat transfer vinyl which I've prepared on my mat, and that is shiny side down. We've got a little tape measure, scissors, a weeding tool. We're going to use the Cricut Maker today. I've got my little mini press, I've got my heat press mat, and I'm just going to use a Teflon sheet. Now we're over in design space. The first thing we need to do is upload our image. So I'm just going to click on upload, and that's going to show me all my recent uploads. I need to click on view all, then I can scroll down and I will find a girly tooth fairy. I've already done the boy one, so today we're going to do a girl's one. And now we're over here, I just need to measure the bag just so I've got an idea of the size. So we've got roughly 3.5 inches across and we've got 4 inches down, so we need to make sure that our design is within those dimensions. So with this tooth fairy, I think what we're going to do, I think I'll just change that down to 2 inches like that, and then I'm going to write tooth fairy, and that is going to go across the top like that. I'm going to change the font, and I'm going to match the font to the one that I've already made, and the font that was on there is Timberly Script. This is a font that I bought from Design Bundles. You can obviously choose any font that you like. There we have our font, so I'm just going to move that across the top. Obviously that's way too big, so what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make that 3 inches to start with, and we'll see how we get on with that. And I think what I might do is I might just curve it slightly just to see if it will go around the top of my tooth like that. Then that'll allow us just to bring it a little bit closer like that. Lovely. So now we're going to go to text again, and as you can see it's still in Timberly Script, which is fine, and we're just going to put please stop here. Way too big, so I think what we'll do is we'll make that 2.5 inches like that, and we'll just pop that underneath the tooth. To get a good idea of the total size, we can just try and select it all, and that's going to give us some dimensions. So that is now too big for my design because I only have 3.5 by 4 inches. Now we can just use that arrow and we can just shrink it down a little like that. And I think on this one we're just going to reduce the line space a little bit and make that closer, and that's going to save us some space as well. See what size it is now, and that's going to fit a lot better. We don't want it to be right up to the edges. What I'm going to do now is, because the text is looking a little bit of a grey colour, I'm just going to click on the text and I'm going to change the colour to be black, because then that will allow the text to be cut out on the same mat as what it's going to cut out the eyes and the smile. Now that's all done, we're ready to click on make it, and we need to select on the mat and continue. So the first one it's going to cut out is white. So my white vinyl on my mat is right over on this side. So I'm just going to scoot these across. As we're using heat transfer vinyl, I need to mirror it. So I'm just going to click on mirror. Not that it's going to make much difference because it's just a tooth and some eyes. But now that's done, we're ready to click on continue. And we're going to click premium vinyl, and I'm going to change the pressure to be more. And now the Cricut button is flashing, so I'm just going to press that and start it cutting. Now that's finished, I'm just going to eject the mat. I'm just going to leave it there because we're going to pop it back in again in a moment when we come to cut in the black vinyl. So now we're going to click on the black mat. There it's showing us what we need to do. So we need to just click on edit, and I need to make sure that it's going to be on my black vinyl. So we're just going to move that down, and I'm going to put tooth fairy underneath, and here's my eyes and my mouth. So I'm just going to fit those in as well. Again, as it's heat transfer vinyl, I'm going to click on mirror, and that's going to switch it all around. And that's perfect. That's going to cut on the black vinyl that's already placed on my mat. I'm going to click done. It's already set to premium vinyl and the pressure is already set to more. Click on the arrow button to load the mat, and we're going to click the flashing Cricut button to cut it. Now that's done, we're just going to eject the mat, and again we're going to leave it there. Now we're on to our final mat, so we're just going to click on there and we're just going to go to edit. I need to move it down. So the placement of my vinyl is right down at 7 inches, so we need to come right down here to make sure it's going to get cut out, and again we're just going to mirror it and then we are done. Going to reload the mat, and now we can start it cutting. Now that's all finished, we can eject the mat fully, and we're going to flip it over and remove all the vinyl from the mat. This will prevent the vinyl from curling. I'm just going to trim around the pieces that I've cut out to save time weeding, and it also saves the vinyl for another project. I'm now going to pop on my little heat press mini to start warming up while I now weed out the vinyl. So I'm going to get that done, and I will see you back here when it's all weeded. So now the design is all weeded, this is what it looks like, and I've cut it down so each piece is individual. It's now time to start building it onto our bag to see what it looks like. Before I forget, I'm going to pop my greaseproof paper inside my bag, and then I'm just going to measure it for size. So we're just going to pop the tooth on the centre, and then we're just looking for almost the placement of where the rest of the elements are going to go. So that's going to fit there. Tooth fairy part is going to go up there, and then we've got to put on a bow because we're doing a girly tooth like so. Maybe we can just move that up a little bit, make a little bit more room for our writing at the bottom. Yeah, that looks better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to secure it on bit by bit because we can't have the carrier sheets overlapping, otherwise the vinyl won't adhere to the burlap. So I think we're going to start with a tooth in the middle and we'll take it from there. So we're just going to remove that writing, and we'll remove this, and we'll remove the hair bow. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly take my tape measure just to make sure we're pretty equal either side. We don't want a wonky bag. So there we have it. So I'm just going to pop my Teflon sheet over. Now when we heat press this, we only literally need to do it for a couple of seconds, because when I tried it out, it doesn't take very long to actually be stuck on, and actually we're only kind of tacking it down to start with, and then at the end we'll do a bit of a longer press. So there's the tooth. So I think now if we do the writing element, we'll pop that up there. Need to make sure bow's going to fit under. Yep, that's still going to fit. And we will do the please stop here. That's going to fit lovely under there. So now we're just going to press those two parts on. We're just using the Teflon sheet because that's going to protect the actual tooth part, because we've removed the carrier sheet from that part of the design. So we're going to carefully remove that. Now I think we can go ahead and we can add the bow. Again, we'll use that just to protect the other elements. And now we need to start assembling the face. So we're just going to pop these on and see how they look. Might get away with doing 3 of those at the same time. None of the carrier sheets is overlapping the parts that is going to stick onto the tooth. So we'll try all of those in one go. We can remove all of those. You have to be careful because this is getting quite hot now. And now we just need to do the inside of the eyes. And we'll do those quickly together. And now we just need to do the little cheeks, and our tooth fairy is completed. And then I think I'm just going to just do a quick whiz over all of the elements just to make sure that it's stuck down, and then we're just going to remove 2 pieces of carrier sheet, and there we have our completed tooth fairy bags. And that is how you add heat transfer vinyl onto burlap. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now.